So how's it going, guys? This is Rio Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. So people think after you purchase your camera, you consciously think of needing a camera bag. And when I started out during my years in photography school, not being biased or anything, but there's these like school fairs at photography schools where famous camera manufacturers and also what we call accessories types of manufacturers also come and display their new products to new students who are like starting out in their years as sort of like a student at photography school. And back then, people have this sort of like brainwashed mentality thinking that they need a camera bag, and not being biased or anything, or no offense to them, but you guys probably know, as a business, camera manufacturers and camera accessories manufacturers continue to make newer products. So to keep their business running, they had to make revenue, and by making revenue, they can basically use that money to research and develop into creating newer equipments and newer accessories, etc., etc. And however, like when I looked at the price of Peak Designs like bags in Japan, they cost roughly $200 to $300, which is insane. And it kept me wondering, like, do I really need it or not? And on the opposite end of the spectrum, I thought to myself, what is the bare minimum that I need when transporting sort of like my camera and gear? And this is basically a video dedicated for that, more towards the casual shooters. And at the same time, hopefully this is probably the by far the cheapest method of transporting your camera gears when you're traveling, or maybe when you're like casually shooting around in town or within a city. So yeah, let's get on with it. And that bare minimum is this. This is basically a product made by Kenko Tokina. It is called the Reluce series, if I'm right. And if I'm right, this is probably the minimalist you can get when transporting camera equipment and gear. And background information for you guys, Kenko Tokina is a Japanese company, and you guys probably heard Kenko is actually a company that focuses mainly on filters. They have a lot of great filters. Might go off topic, but they are known for making filters for camera lenses. And Tokina, on the other hand, they're famous or known for making third-party lenses autofocus, if I'm right. And they have a wide array of lenses. And Kenko and Tokina, they got together, they had lunch, and I don't know what happened, but you don't want to know what happened, but maybe they became a one single company. And they started, and I guess not they started, but they continue to make like accessories for the camera industry. And this is basically one of their products that they have on their lineup, which is called the Reluce series. And this is basically a camera insert. In Japan, we call it camera insert. In North America, you guys call this a camera cube, if I'm right. And the famous one is obviously the Peak Designs camera cube, which is insane in terms of price. And I thought I should like talk about this because this, on the other hand, is much affordable. I was able to snag one for roughly $10 to $15 USD in Japan. So yeah, this Reluce series specifically from Kenko Tokina comes in three sizes. There's an S, M, L. I personally got the M size, which is the medium size in general. And the characteristics of this camera insert is, this version that I have is a complete rectangular shape, and there's actually a lid, and it's like fully like cushioned, highly durable material. And this lid pops open. There's a Velcro, and within the sort of like the cube itself, it comes with one divider, which you can basically separate the compartments within this sort of like rectangular space. So theoretically, you can basically, after applying the divider in here, I can stick one camera at the bottom, and I can stick in my accessories such as blowers, batteries, SD cards, or maybe film stocks in here. And basically, when I have everything in here, I can basically close this. And this basically is actually the main part of this video. I can basically stick this camera insert in any type of not camera bag, but any type of casual day bag, as long as this fits. So in my case, I have GU's sort of like casual bag, which is a sister brand of Uniqlo, and they were selling this bag for, it's like, but it's a fully 100% like nylon casual bag, which is like really flimsy, but because it's nylon, it's like really durable, but there's no cushioning. I can basically slam this into this sort of like casual day bag. This will take a while actually. and close it like so. And from the outside, it basically looks like a day bag, but on the inside, you can basically access your camera equipment, which is already securely protected within this camera insert, camera cube, anything you will call it. And it basically makes any kind of bag a sort of like a camera bag, which I actually enjoy. In terms of cameras, I can basically stick in here, stick in a BTS for you guys, a Nikon F3 in here with the 50mm f1.8 AIS. That's basically my main standard combo when I'm shooting with 35mm film cameras, and I can also stick in a blower and like film stocks in here if I want. I can also stick for digital side. I shoot with X-T4, and this video is shot on X-T4, but I sometimes shoot with X-T5, which is my stills digital camera. Those two with a kit lens, 18 to 55mm lens, actually fits in here. So with no like compromises, and at the same time I can put in batteries on the other side, and a blower, accessories, peripherals in here, maybe a mobile battery. And when I have it in there, I can basically close it in here and just transport it wherever I want to go. So, and what's rather intriguing about this what I call camera cube, the M size from Reluce Kenko Tokina, is I did not anticipate this, but I can stick in my main medium format camera in here, which is the GW690 Mark III. That was actually a surprise. If I take the middle like insert, which is like a velcroed, take this out, I can basically stick in my GW690 sideways, which was rather intriguing and surprising, like I said, because I never expected it to fit in here, but it actually does. And for the dimensions, I'll stick in some kind of like information for you guys what the SML dimension is. And I'm not sure if this product is being sold in North America. I highly anticipate that there are a whole lot of knockoffs of this product like floating around on the internet and also on Amazon. So what I guess any kind of brands are right, as long as it has like enough, cushioning and padding. And yeah, and I guess what makes this one a little bit different from other manufacturers is that if you actually want to transport this, the bottom part of what you call there's actually this sort of like padding at the bottom, which you can basically flip out, and you can basically fold it into a smaller footprint like so. And it came with a rubber band actually, which I lost. Where did it go? So I can basically have this like in a really slim profile, stick this in a suitcase, and when I get into a location, I can basically take this out. I can basically unfold it and make it into a box, get the dividers in here, and I can basically stick in my camera accessories, and I can basically transport it from there. So that's actually one of the functions that I found really nice with this product. I think most of these types of camera cubes don't have that function where you can like fold it down to a compact size. So that was actually one of the surprises that I found using this product, because it comes with once it's folded down, the dimensions become almost half the size when you initially like purchased it. So that's like really thin in my mind. And like I said, this is like 100% more towards people who shoot casually, not like what I call professionally, I would say, because if you shoot professionally, hopefully you have some kind of camera bag that has much more protection and much more what I call ruggedness, because you'll be abusing it more during a fast-paced like shooting environment. Obviously, like I said, this is a casual, or more like a casual day bag, and because the padding is like really like adequate in my mind, it's not like superior or like off the roof kind of. So if you want to like transport your camera in a bare minimum fashion, I would say this is that method. And last but not least, I might go a little bit off topic about this product itself. Kenko Tokina's this Reluce series comes in two different varieties. The one that I have is, like I said, a rectangular shape, which has somewhat of a large like depth in it, so I can basically stick in my camera face down in here if I want. There's actually a square version similar to Peak Design's camera cube, which is less deep, but it's like wider, so it's like a square format. So for people who want to transport cameras with a longer lenses, if I'm right, like the GW690 that I like slammed in here in that kind of orientation, sideway orientation, there is that possibility and like alternatives to this bag. So yeah, hopefully I covered everything on this like camera cube. And in terms of colors, it comes in a variety of colors. I went with what I call the sort of like original like beige type of color. It's not too bright, not too dark, so I can identify where this is located. If it's in my room, if I toss it somewhere, I can basically find this. Instead of like a really bright color, like there was like red. There's also camo color, like military color. Blue's like hard to identify, so I did not go with blue. But like beige, light beige is actually easier to identify, so I went with this color. And yeah, that's basically my sort of like coverage on this camera insert. And obviously this is going to be probably the cheapest method of transporting your camera. And honestly, if you carry a really expensive camera, I highly suggest a camera bag. But for most day users, this is probably the best bet. And just get any kind of like bag that you like to use. It could be a messenger bag, it could be a tote, or any kind of like non-camera bag, and just slam this in there and you can basically use it as a camera bag. So yeah, that's basically my coverage of this Reluce camera insert, aka camera cube video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it informative, and yeah, I'm kind of curious in North America what you guys call, what kind of brands offer this type of product. In Japan, Kenko Tokina is actually one of the largest companies that make these types of camera inserts. So yeah, you can buy this in Yodobashi Camera in Shinjuku if I'm right. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace out.